Hey you guys, how are you doing? I wanted to share some downloads that I've been receiving around the changes and the shifts in the body. So in this video I will talk specifically about the thyroid, which is really being activated at this time. Now, to set it in the context of the energies we are in an energy of a lot of completion, which means that there are old ways of doing, old ways of being, thought patterns, emotions, maybe relationships, maybe jobs, maybe locations that are coming to a completion. And so it's an ending, or it's a completion of a pattern or a task or a learning curve of something, and then we're ready for the next. So it's really like wrapping up and ending and completing what's no longer going to be active in the same way in our life going forward. So this can be, for example, also an old pattern that you see that have been playing out in your life several times. You've been working on it, and here it is again, right? And we are ready to complete it. We have seen it now from another perspective. We are gaining that extra knowledge, and we are ready to actually take the choice really strongly, because we know it, we understand it, and we have been releasing what needs to be released so that we can make other choices of how to behave, how to think, how to change our lives, our ways, according to who we have become, because we are shifting, and the old identity that we are no longer in has to be shedded. And so as these completions are going on, we have also had a lot of energy coming in. Now, this energy, the last week, about a week ago, I got a message that the new frequency, so this is sort of like the baseline that we are in frequency-wise on this planet at the moment, is now on a level where we're having more easy access to previous lifetimes, not only on this planet. That means that we are holding more high frequency in our bodies. The baseline of energy in the field that we are in is also higher, which is closer to the remembrance, because everything we're learning, everything that's coming online is a remembrance, because we already know it from a higher perspective, right? So as we come in here with amnesia, we are starting now to remember more and more. And with this shift in frequency that has happened, we have gained now a new level, which makes it easier or more accessible to remember knowledge, to have memories of other places in the universe where we have been, where we have had lifetimes. And it's really important when I'm sharing this, it's not to have an attachment that you have to have that experience. Now you should have remembered all of it. It's not at all. It's, if something is coming online, this is why. And if you want to open for it, and now this is not because you want to go out of the body or escape something, it is because that knowledge is actually ready to be held and to be physically anchored. So that's why we remember it, because we're having wisdom, things we have been doing before, things we knew, that we are starting little by little to remember. And so that's sort of the purpose of it, so that we can use it to create a new way of living here, and continue to develop the way the humans are living. Now, for quite a while now, the thyroid has been shown to me again and again and again, and I haven't really been accessing a lot of information on it. I've been going into my own thyroid, I've been trying to look at it, trying to gain some information, and it's very interesting, because yesterday, as I heard a sound from a specific instrument, suddenly it was like, as I heard that, the thyroid was just like, here I am, and then the download came. And today I've been sitting down, I've been writing out some of what has been coming, and I will share some of it with you here on this video. as always, take what resonates and discard the rest. This is, so where to start? I think it's interesting with the way the sounds are working, because the sounds and light, I've been sharing this in videos quite a while ago, that light and sound is the new medicine. It is vibrational medicine that is going to be in the forefront the coming years, and how we're working with the body, with the field, and with the totality of the human body. Now, the sound holds a frequency, the light holds a frequency, the different colors, all of this. So as this is coming into our field, it can awaken a remembrance, it can activate something, which is what I experience. It has been on my radar for quite a while, as I've been receiving it, hearing it, been directed towards the thyroid. But this is like what really activated that remembrance of what's happening now. What I was shown is that the longing for where we're from, for example, that many of us have experienced throughout our lives, that we feel like we're not really from here, we're longing for somewhere or something that we can't really remember where it is, we don't know, we don't understand it, but there's an internal knowing of that there's something more, I've been somewhere before, I'm not really from here. This memory is now starting to open in the thyroid. So this is why it's activating now at the same time as we're having this new frequency, and it's easier access because we're closer frequency-wise to those memories of other places, which is why this one is starting on a whole different level to open, to expand, to come online. What I have been shown is that and I've been shown this over a while now, little by little, that the body is opening, there are new networks opening, there are things in the body that we are really aware of, like the thyroid. We have known about the thyroid for a long time, and a lot of the physiological things about it. So the knowledge about the thyroid in and of itself is nothing new. But the deepening of the role it plays, for example, like that will happen with, or we will gain that knowledge about a lot around in the body. And there's really, the body is such a gateway. And when we start learning, and I'm really curious, as I've been starting to receive more and more of specific parts in the body, I'm curious to see if this is something I will continue to gain more insight on, and that I will receive more on, because it looks like there's this whole new network coming online as these new expansions and activations are happening. We will also learn to use this. So as more of this is coming online, the whole network will make it so that we can use our bodies in a whole different way. What's important, of course, is that we actually come into the body, that we are in the body, that we are bringing all that energy, all that light into the body, and we are actually connecting with our bodies. That's really important. Now, that longing that is in the thyroid, many people, so this is connected also to a lot of people awakening now, so newly awakened people that are in the process of starting to reawaken, because the new frequency is activating that longing. So suddenly people that haven't felt anything of this before might suddenly start to feel, hey, I'm longing for something. What is this? There's something more. I haven't always only been here. This might start to be activated in many, and for those that have already had it for a long time and have had it since they were toddlers or children, it can start now to activate more clear remembrance, more of that knowledge and wisdom to come online. It's really important. What I was shown is to connect with your thyroid. So go consciously into your thyroid, open up, just ground into the body, and start asking. Ask the thyroid, does it have any message for you? Is it something it wants to share? Try to look at it, listen to it, feel into it, and without any expectation of getting a whole novel about it, or maybe there's something coming, maybe you don't receive anything, but start connecting with your body in that way if you haven't already, because you open the lines of communication, you open the direct contact with your body so that your body feels that you actually want to communicate, you want to get to know it. It's an openness that invites for the body to actually open to you, and for your awareness and the body to start merging and becoming one, so that you can actually work together moving forward on a whole new level. And follow your own guidance on this, always. Always, always, always. Now, the thyroid, and what many people are referring to as the higher heart, is really, it connects in trust. So it connects the heart and it connects the throat in trust. So any issues around trust, whether it's trust in yourself, trust in others, trust in being able to express, a trust to open your heart, all of these things will be coming up as this is activating more. And the more we come into this trust, the more it opens the gateway between these. Now, why is this in that way? It is because the more, so your heart is you. It is your knowing. It's your access to the quantum field. That all lies in the heart. And then it's the expression. So the expression in the throat is what is bringing it into physical. It's the expression of who you are. Whether it's through something you do with your arms and hands, whether it's through the words and the impact of the words, whether it's through art you're creating, any type of expression that comes from that heart. Now, the remembrance as well needs to be expressed. And now we are on a level where we can actually start accessing more of this deep knowledge that we actually have with us, that we came here to awaken, to remember, and to bring into this planet in this evolution that we're in. And as we express this, we are again, so it's like a spiral that again opens our hearts deeper. Now, why it's so important to be connected in the heart and to be open is, and also come into that frequency on the earth, that we are more in contact with our hearts before we start accessing these memories and these knowledges and this wisdom. And you know, the creation of the new technologies and everything is because if we're in a lower frequency and we are in more programs, and the programs and the mind can and the ego can start hijacking the information and use it, maybe not for the highest good. So this is why what's hidden, or what has been hidden, what is starting to come through the thyroid, which the thyroid is a gateway to, is because it's connected with the expression and with the heart, with the love, with the centeredness from the heart into the quantum field, into everything that you are, and we're ready to start expressing it in order to physically anchor it in this on this earth. Self-acceptance, self-love, all of this is of course important in order to be able to rest into our hearts. And this is what we are continuously developing. As the throat opens more, which is something we have been experiencing for quite a while, and it's, as everything else, an ongoing process, there's a deeper opening and expansion of the thyroid. And as we have a deeper access to the thyroid, a deeper remembrance will come online. As I've been talking about in some previous videos, we are ready to physically anchor higher frequencies. So I've been talking about this in some videos about masculine and the feminine energies that we have inside of us, and that this autumn that we're in now, at least here where I am in the Northern Hemisphere, it's coming, we are moving into taking more action. We are moving into, instead of only playing in the energies or having the ideas, having the visions, we are actually now coming into the period where we're going to anchor it really physically on this planet. Now, as we are ready to do this, we are learning that we need to express, because the expression is what makes it physical. There's an expression if you make something, if you create something new, it's an expression, whatever art form, for example, you bring into this earth and the frequency, the music, the movement of the body, anything, the words we speak that can really impact people, because the frequency of what we're saying is, it's not only empty words, right? It can really impact a person. It can really assist someone and awaken someone and plant seeds, and it can also really deeply hurt someone. So the expression is really important, because it really makes things physical. And as I said, it needs to go through the open heart for the mind not to hijack it. And this really is the beginning phases of a deeper wisdom and deeper knowledge in the body that we start to access. The connection to our bodies is going to shift drastically, which it has been. And without going into much detail, some of what we have been experiencing in this world throughout almost 3 years now, 2.5 years, has also brought our attention more to our bodies on a collective level. Which, the positive side of that is that we actually start to direct our energy towards our bodies, and we it sort of come on our agendas that the body is important. The body needs to be taken care of, not out of fear, but out of love and acceptance, and maybe curiosity as to what the body holds, and what will develop. Things like teleportation, levitation, all of this lies in the physical body, which is why we won't get anywhere only being out of the body. We need to come into the body. When we come into the body, we feel all the feels. We feel the traumas. We need to release all of that, whatever density of consciousness that is held within the body. And as these old structures and old densities are releasing and it's dissolving from the body, it's so important that we don't get caught up in it, but that we actually can stay outside of it. We can feel the feeling and we can let it dissolve, knowing that it's moving through the body, whether it's a thought, whether it's an emotion, and it's releasing from the body, rather than attaching to it, holding on to it, and creating all these stories that we are so good at doing. All those personal stories around anything that we feel, around any thought, and then we are actually attaching to it, instead of knowing that this is actually a lower density moving through my body for more light to be held in my body, for more light to be expressed, and for me to get to know my body on a deeper level, for me to actually learn what this body holds, because it holds so much more than we can even imagine. As this happens, things like levitation and teleportation will be coming online. Now, I have absolutely no timeline on that, but it's coming in as I'm talking now, sort of reminding me that this is actually a part of it. So as this network in the body is activating, and the energy starts moving differently, there will be new ways of the energy moving in the body as these parts of the body is expanding and opening and activating. Those things is what will make us remember how to do this. So really coming into the body and meeting it with the curiosity, with love, with acceptance as much as we can, and just move through everything that is holding us away from that. That can be experiences we have had, and belief systems, and everything. But just take it step by step, really honoring and coming back to our bodies. Because the body is the gateway to everything. The body is the gateway to the new creations. The body is the gateway to the new experiences. The body is the gateway to all that wisdom, because it's held within the body. Let me just look at my notes if there's anything more I should mention. Let me just check in. It looks like it's almost like, the way they show it to me, it's like it's almost ready to burst. And it's really the start of a lot of changes, a lot of, because it really feels like it's an access point to a deeper network within the body. And it all goes through the heart, the access to the quantum field. And that longing specifically has to do with what's lying here, because it's so deeply connected to our remembrance. I hope this is helpful for you guys, that you got something out of it. If you did, I would be really happy if you will share it, like, subscribe, comment. I really love reading your comments, always. Thank you to everyone who's sharing from their journey and your reflections and thoughts around what you get from the video. I hope you guys are doing well. Take good care of yourselves. Have compassion for everyone around you, as always. I will see you in the next video. Sending you all lots of love. Bye bye.